Hi, I'm Susan and welcome to my new show, Hello Happiness. About 20 years ago, I came up with the motto for my life: create your own happiness. CYOH. I'm a firm believer that we should not place undue expectations on friends and family, and never on the cat, as this could lead to unfulfilled needs and disappointment, especially with the cat, who had refused my invitation to sit and warm my feet on that morning. I'm a hopeful, happy individual by nature, and I thought, why not share on the subject of happiness? And that's how Hello Happiness was born. So what is happiness? The Oxford Dictionary defines happiness as feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. So happiness is the state of feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. I have allergies and sensitivities to a few things, and scented products are among them. And one Sunday, we were preparing for church when a whiff of a family member's perfume declared war on my smell. And it was a fragrance I had chosen myself in order to reduce the sensitivity. Anyway, with my sanguine nature, I set about to fill my day productively because I couldn't attend church. As I mentioned earlier, I had come up with the motto of create your own happiness for myself. So I set out to prepare a grand meal for lunch. And as I opened the fridge door, an idea struck for creating happiness. Why not make mother-in-law tongue? Now let me explain that mother-in-law tongue is a wildly popular and original creation of Trinidadian cuisine, where hot and spicy are default terms for describing good cooking. Mother-in-law tongue is a zesty blend of hot peppers and other ingredients. But instead of calling my own mother-in-law tongue, I chose to call it happiness. Now, this mouth-watering concoction is made from carrots and green mango, lemon, garlic, onion, hot peppers of course, white vinegar, black peppercorns, cilantro, and salt. In Trinidad, we add a lot more local herbs and that are there, and one is called shadow benny, for which there is no substitute in Canada. But I would create happiness with what I had. So I put on some gloves and sliced the mango, the carrots, cilantro, and the peppers, and all the rest of things, admiring the divine colors of red and orange and yellow and green. And the frozen peppers were quite easily to slice, and the seeds, oh my goodness, they were so fiery hot. Their flavorful aromas caused my eyes to water. I eyeballed the salt from the box and then mixed it all together. And all this time, my family was watching, fascinated as I tasted and added another teaspoon of salt. And when I asked them if they wanted to taste, they shrank back as if I had asked them to hug a porcupine or something like that. I don't know why. Because look how good this mother-in-law tongue looks. Those colorful, or rather the happiness, those colors and flavors are to die for. Anyway, they eventually changed their minds and agreed to try a smidgen, and as soon as they did, they rushed to the tap and the milk jug simultaneously. It hadn't taken me more than 10 minutes to create the condiment of happiness, and I was in a merry mood. The salsa was crunchy, and I scooped it up a heaping spoonful, and I savored the works of my hand. It was perfection. Hello, hello, happiness. But sweat broke out on my forehead and my face grew hot, reminding me of the reason the dish had been named mother-in-law tongue. But thankfully, my own mother-in-law had been a gentlewoman, so there was no disrespect there. The final step of the happiness activity was finding a container to store it in. Remember, this is a do not touch with bare hands concoction. So the container had to be something that I'd toss out after I used and eaten out the happiness. But I intended to eat happiness at every meal. And so I would need a container with a lid that was like flip-flops. Easy on, easy off. There was only one choice, a margarine dish. The plastic would be perfect for the acid, and it could be thrown out after use without regrets. And of course, there was the flip-flop effect, on and off. I found a dish easily enough, but like my husband and daughter, the matching lid appeared to have no desire to share in the fiery, peppery happiness. But there is always a plan B. Use any lid that would fit. And so I filled a margarine dish and covered it with a lid that didn't match. And I wrote happiness on a sticky note and placed it on the dish and reveled in its spicy joy for weeks. You know, I live intentionally. I like myself. In fact, it might be truer to say I love myself. I take care of my body, I get rest when I need it, and I look after the things I own. I plan my days and how I'd like to spend the time, although when something unexpected comes up, I defer to those things. But when nothing comes up, I know exactly how I will occupy my time and enjoy what is around me. I don't put pressure on another person to be the all for me. I know myself best, therefore I can meet those needs best. We each have the opportunity to initiate fun stuff and to share that fun stuff with others who may need some cheer. But sometimes the cheer you can create can be just for you, as was in the case with mother-in-law Tong and me. When I do things that make me happy, my upbeat attitude is contagious to the others around me. Happiness is only a thought away, and its cost can vary. Nothing sometimes. Happiness can involve making a memory book, or surfing the internet on your favorite site, or raising funds for charity, or doing a kind deed for another person, or going on a trip, or soaking in the tub, listening to your favorite music, reading a story. Many times happiness is free. Picking a wildflower, or petting an animal, smiling at a stranger, or listening to a friend, it requires nothing more than a moment of your time. You can fill a bottle with happiness. You can pour happiness in a cup, wrap it in wax paper. You can write happiness in a letter. You can read it to someone, speak it over the phone, text it in a message. Or you can simply store it in a margarine dish with a lid that doesn't match. I'm in charge of how I feel. Happiness is a choice, and I choose to be happy. I was born and raised in Trinidad of the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And like most people, I often long for sun and sand where there's snow on the land. I haven't visited my homeland a few years now, since 2019, I think. So I was thrilled to discover Trini Surfer YouTube vlog. Alan Charles, who is the Trini Surfer, has created the most interesting videos to show the beauty of our home country, Trinidad. He provides facts and tips and reviews of Trinidad and Tobago. He explores the beaches and waterfalls and local staycation spots on the islands. His aim is to see and share everything our country has to offer. Alan is a photographer and content creator and filmmaker. But he says what he really loves is being in the outdoors, exploring new places and learning new cultures. Alan is a surfer and spends as much time as possible at the beach. And I am delighted to say that Trini Surfer has given me permission to share our tropical happiness with you on this show, Hello Happiness. And I thank him so much for this. Here to start us off is what he calls the top 5 spots in Trinidad.
What's up, Trinity Surfer Squad? So I have a very special treat for you today. My wife actually gave me this really brilliant idea that I should do a running series as time goes along. You know, I'm always going out filming new things, going to places, and I take a lot of drone footage. So today is part 1 in a series that I'm going to run over the course of time with no specific dates in mind, where I show you 5 of my favorite spots where I've flown my drone, and of course the images and the video that accompanied those spots. Starting from today, this will be part 1 of the series featuring Trinidad to begin with, and over time there'll be many other Trinidad spots. I will obviously do Tobago as well. And yeah, we know drone footage is just a really beautiful perspective on Trinidad and Tobago, or a good all-around vantage point to see different places and spots when you visit. So I hope you enjoy these 5 spots. Without further ado, our number 1 spot today, in no particular order of course, but we're going to Fort George, Trinidad. Now Fort George is a very beautiful historical site located near the St. James Bonds Road area. I'm going to give you a little virtual tour of up there, and then we'll move on to number 2. I hope you guys enjoy. Big up. Well guys, wasn't Fort George just absolutely beautiful? I highly recommend it at sunrise or sunset. Always go in groups though, because of course it's Trinidad and Tobago and you can never be too safe. Up next on our little journey, I take you to one of my favorite little gems up on the Blanchisseuse coast, a spot known as 100 Steps. You may have seen my 100 Steps video before. It is another secluded spot, so if you do ever intend to visit there, go with a group, or especially people who may know. It has a little bit of a climb down, so you've got to be careful, but the views, the beach and the water, especially on a bright sunny day, are absolutely spectacular. So enjoy these shots, and I'll see you at number 3. Well, see what I told you? 100 steps is absolutely magnificent. Super beautiful, and that day was particularly beautiful. So up next, we're going to a spot where I got to spend some time with the famous Mark Waynes, who recently visited Trinidad and Tobago. Now, there's more to come featuring him on my channel as well as on his channel, so I'm not going to reveal too much at all. That being said, I did manage to get a little bit of drone footage on a trip that we went to the Karan Swamp, and I hope you enjoy this footage. I'm going to go back there and get some better footage in the future, but that place is magnificent if you've never been to the Karan Swamp. The amazing birds and just the views, but especially views by drone. So check it out, guys. Enjoy number 3. Told you it was pretty beautiful, right? You gotta go and check that place out, honestly. Nanan's Bird Tours there, fantastic. So that was number 3, but not to be confused with number 4, which is 3 pools located in Blanchisseuse, Trinidad. It's truly a beautiful place that I highly recommend anybody visit. Now this place is fairly safe and fairly straightforward for a hike. However, there have been reports of people occasionally having their cars broken into. So again, I recommend going in groups. Unfortunately, there's no real way to secure your car when you leave it and go on a hike unless you pay somebody to stay there and watch it all day. But this is unfortunately a risk of living in Trinidad and Tobago. Luckily, 95% of the time, break-ins do not occur. But fair warning, anything is possible. But don't let that destroy the views of this beautiful Three Pools River, as well as a little glimpse of the Marion River heading out to Marion Bay. Enjoy, guys. I ain't gonna lie, Three Pools had to be one of my favorite places to visit on the north coast of Trinidad and Tobago. One of my favorite places on the whole. I really like that spot. I've been going there since I was a little boy. So that was number 4, and we're now on to number 5, which is our last vid for the day. And it features the beautiful Maracas Waterfall, one of the tallest waterfalls in Trinidad. Jono and I went there for a day, and we did make a vlog on it. And we got the most beautiful rainbow as the drone glided up the super tall rock face with all the mist falling from the waterfalls. So enjoy number 5, guys. Thank you for watching the videos. If you're liking it, like and subscribe. You know I try to come with something every Sunday or at least once a week for you guys. and I love all the support I'm receiving. I really appreciate it. Check out number 5. That's the beautiful Maracas Waterfall. Now, guys, Trinidad is filled with so much beauty. And Tobago, for that matter, not even I have to say that, Tobago is outrageously beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this little countdown. I will do more like this in the future. Please feel free to check out these spots whenever you get a chance. Explore your country, keep it very clean, and have a fantastic week. Again, like and subscribe, please, if you're enjoying the content. It really helps me grow big time, helps me be motivated to keep doing all this work for these vlogs. But I really want to support Trinidad, and I really hope you guys can keep on enjoying this content well into the future. Have a fantastic, blessed week, everybody, and let me leave you a little clip of what you can expect in future videos like this. Thank you very much, and that's been my 5 videos for the week, part 1. See you guys in a few weeks with another video like this. Bless up.
Goodness, such nostalgia. Would you know a few of these locations are new to me too? And the aerial view by drone is just spectacular. Many thanks to Trini surfer Alan Charles for sharing his content with us on Hello Happiness. Please subscribe to his vlog, if you will, at Trini Surfer to see more. It was my pleasure bringing you this debut episode of Hello Happiness, and I hope it has added a smile to your day. Keep looking up. Until next week, be happy.